Live from our 7 Tasmania studios. Your nightly news with Michael Maney begins now.
The state election isn't due until May 2025, but moves are about to be prepared for an early poll next year. A rising star of the Labor Party will bid to switch houses, while a federal MP is also looking at endorsing candidates.
From being enthused for Elwick in July.
It's a great privilege to be able to represent my constituents in the Legislative Council, and that's something that I'm wholly focused on.
To announcing a change to Clark today, Josh Willey has turned a corner.
I think it's important that we improve our vote in the northern suburbs of Hobart, and I'm going to take that challenge.
The Shadow Education Minister looking to move houses at the next state election, as Labor prepares for one as early as next year.
We understand that this government is in terminal decline.
They are hopelessly negative and relentlessly negative. We want to get on with the jobs.
Mr Willey has spent 7 years in the upper house and was only re-elected last year.
A lot of people have got to know me over that time, and I hope that stands the Labor Party in good stead.
The last poll was dismal for Labor in Clark. Ella Haddad, the only MP elected. With 7 seats up for grabs in an expanded parliament, it shapes as a crucial battleground.
They'd be looking to win more than 2 out of 7 in Clark. They'd be looking to win at least 3.
The move not without risk. Elwick could potentially change hands, costing Labor an upper house seat. He's also no guarantee to conquer Clark.
I'm not taking anything for granted, and I hope that I can represent the good people of Elwick in a different forum.
Labor isn't the only one getting its house in order. Jackie Lambie is considering entering the fray in all seats but Clark, a move Dr Bonham says could shake things up.
It will be interesting to see if the Lambie push attracts good candidates. It looks like being a messy election.
John Hunt, 7 Tasmania News.
3,000 cruise passengers have been offered a 50% discount off their trip after the P&O vessel was rejected by New Zealand's border security, meaning it was forced to divert to Hobart instead. The company said 3 mussels and a piece of coral were unable to be cleaned from the hull due to bad weather and dangerous diving conditions. Tasmania's nursing and allied health staff have been given the chance to upskill through the new scholarships to undertake palliative care courses. The move is aimed to reinforce capability of care in rural and remote areas of the state.
A cash splash to boost end-of-life care in Tasmania. More than $500,000 in scholarships hoping to improve palliative services over the next 2 years.
We know that demand for palliative care in Tasmania is increasing. This isn't just a statewide issue, it's a national issue.
2 scholarships offered in conjunction with Flinders University. One for staff seeking a specialist pathway and another for those wanting to work in a generalist role.
What we do know is the majority of palliative care is provided by the generalist palliative care workforce, not within the specialist palliative care services.
It's a collaboration to build the workforce for the future in terms of healthcare, to deliver better and improved palliative care services to the Tasmanians that need it.
While the AMA welcomes the boost to palliative care, it has raised another health issue, the severe decline in mental health beds in Tasmania.
We've seen a halving at least of the number of beds since the 90s and just additional strain put on the system.
The government says it's doing everything it can to improve mental health.
Going forward, yes, we do have a commitment to increasing the number of beds for Tasmanians with mental health facilities.
Tasmanians are still encouraged to seek treatments and not be discouraged by the data.
If we can get to work on it early, we can save a lot of trauma further down the line.
Mark Zita, 7 Tasmania News.
Almost $400,000 in federal and state government funding will help build a new Veterans Multi-Purpose Education and Training Facility at Dago Point in the Central Highlands. The federal government chipping in nearly $300,000 for the project. The space will offer support to the 17,500 ex-servicemen and women in Tasmania.
This is a vision we've had in place for many years now to address the mental health and well-being of our veterans.
It comes after the state government committed $100,000 for the renovation of a shack retreat for the Vietnam Veterans Association of Australia. The business behind the Maria Island solar and battery plant has received national recognition. Tasmanian company Contact Group won in the Green Energy category at the Electrical and Communication Excellence Awards. The team's design and construction recognised for limiting the environmental impact on the World Heritage listed site.
Competitive sector nationally, so it's a great achievement for our company and our talented team to win the award.
The project saves up to 14,000 litres of diesel fuel from being used at the site each year. Hundreds of riders have battled through rough weather and wind at this year's Sally's Ride across Launceston and the Tamar Valley. The cycling event raising thousands of dollars each year toward youth mental health initiatives.
Braving the elements for a good cause. Over 200 riders participating in this year's Sally's Ride Cycling Challenge.
It's really good. Great support from the community for Sally's Ride and mental health in the youth.
For 14 years, the event has been raising awareness and funds for youth mental health in Tasmania. The event, the brainchild of Sally Fletcher, who rode across the state in 2002.
It's very emotional, it's very humbling, and I feel it's a great legacy.
Riders from all walks of life taking on the challenge, whether it was a leisurely 10-kilometre ride or the gruelling 100-kilometre track.
It's cool to go the whole way around the town. We've never been up the back end before, so it's cool to ride some new places.
We had a great ride in the 20-kilometre ride, and it was not too windy and it didn't rain on us, so we're very happy.
Tasmania Police top brass even getting in on the action, astounded by the camaraderie among her fellow riders.
There was a very young boy in that bunch, and to see the way the other riders got around him and took him out through the headwind and into the hills was just indicative of what we should be doing as a community.
Sally's Ride hopes to raise more than $20,000 from today's event.
We're really pleased that they're supporting Sally's Ride and it's for a really good cause, and we appreciate that.
Mark Zita, 7 Tasmania News.
The Hobart Hurricanes WBBL season is over after a heavy loss to the Adelaide Strikers in Sydney this morning. Set 165 to win, openers Lizelle Lee and Elise Villani made quick starts as the Canes looked to squeeze into the top 4. But their dismissals were the beginning of a batting collapse that skittled the finals team's chances of finals.
Third delivery of this over. Caught! Another wicket! Derailed is the Cane train now.
Hobart slumping from none for 34 to be all out for just 87 in the 16th over. It's the 6th time in 7 years they've missed out on the top 4. And the Tassie Tigers have finished the Hockey 1 season in 4th position, going down to Melbourne in 3rd place playoff. The Tigers took the lead on the stroke of quarter time through Jeremy Haywood. Melbourne levelled early in the second through Josh Simmons before hitting the front after half-time.
To get some separation, takes it baseline, kicked away by the keeper, sent back in and through. Very little daylight, and White somehow has threaded the needle.
That goal was enough for Melbourne to hold on for a 2-1 win.
Good evening. Unsettled showery weather continued today across the state, Hobart reaching a high of 14, Launceston 21, 22 in Devonport and 19 in Burnie. The high was 23 recorded at Low Head today, 21 for Strawn, Flinders Island, Smithton and Ouse all 19, 18 at St Helens and King Island, the Friendly Beaches and Maria Island both 16, 14 for Grove and 10 degrees at Lyowini. Here we can see cloud covering most of the state today, bringing those intermittent showers during the day. That extensive area of cloud also over Victoria today. Low cloud sits over southern parts of South Australia and WA. Thunderstorms seen around the Northern Territory, Queensland and New South Wales. Tomorrow a high well south of the Bight extends a ridge over southern Tasmania. Several troughs lie over southern and central Australia, including one extending over northwestern Tasmania. South to southwesterly winds 15 to 25 knots, tending easterly about the central north. Winds tending southwest to southeasterly 10 to 15 knots about the south during the morning, then extending to the east during the afternoon and evening. Swells up to 3.5 metres. A strong wind warning for the far north and central west coast, as well as the east of Flinders Island down to the upper east coast. Possible morning drizzle in Hobart tomorrow, 16 degrees. Drizzle at times at Dover, 16. Ooze, 20 and partly cloudy. A possible shower and 20 degrees for Launceston. Cloudy skies for Devonport, 17 degrees and Scottsdale, 18 there. A shower or two in Burnie, 15. 18 at Strawn, partly cloudy. And Stanley, 18 with showers. St Helens, a partly cloudy day, 17. 16 at Swansea, cloudy there. Cloudy at Ross, also 18 degrees. Looking ahead to Tuesday, drizzle at times about the south and east, isolated showers elsewhere. Wednesday, showers about the east and Bass Strait Islands, mainly fine elsewhere, and showers about the east on Thursday. 35 in Alice Springs tomorrow, mostly sunny. Cairns, partly cloudy, 32, and Melbourne, morning drizzle, 19 degrees. Right now in Hobart, it's 12 and cloudy, Launceston 17, partly cloudy, and Devonport 18, cloudy there. And welcome back to the news desk, Michael.
Thanks very much for that, Carmen. Nice to be back around everybody. That's all your news for now. Thanks for joining us. Good night.